How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Pokemon X, and kind of, sort of, maybe, only on Wednesdays Y. So, last time we made our way through Route 7, we had a double battle with our neighbor/friend Serena against Tierno and Trevor. We learned about the Pokemon Daycare, and then we made our way through the Zubat Roost all the way here to Route 8. Not many trainers we actually faced in the last episode, except for, the big double battle that I previously mentioned, but still, it was a pretty unique episode to say the least. Anyway, this episode is also going to be very unique, because, well, I'll actually get to that in a moment. First and foremost, I want to address something. Off-screen, I went ahead and faced the trainers here on Route 8. And I did a little bit of training in front of the Parfum Palace as well, facing a couple of Audino. And during those training bits that I did, Bunnelby ended up evolving, but instead of just talking about Bunnelby evolving, how about I actually show you the footage? So, as you just saw, off-screen while training, Bunnelby evolved into Diggersby, and Diggersby, when it is evolved from Bunnelby, gains the ground typing, so now Diggersby is normal ground. Really cool, unique typing. Anyway, this is actually the rest of Pokemon X for the day, because for the first time, I am going to show off Y version. And in Y version, which I will see you in just a moment, we will be taking on the Battle Chateau. So I debated in between episodes what I wanted to do, and I figured I might as well show the Battle Chateau now before it was too late. And plus, it's not like I'm really restricted from doing this whenever, but I'd rather do it now than... Anyway, so that's that. Anyway, I said anyway way too much in the last minute. Let's actually go ahead and show off the team in Y version. So, as you can see, we have Wartortle, the Squirtle I chose at Professor Sycamore's lab. I chose Fennekin for my starter, as I alluded to in a previous episode. It's evolved into Braixen, which I, for the longest time, thought it was pronounced Brazen, because that's usually how you would pronounce it in real world. Then we have Amora, which is a Pokemon that we'll get to a little bit later, although that's kind of why I was hesitant of using Y to show this off, but it's okay. Then we have Pancham, and then we have an Eevee. So, usually you can't find Eevee until a little bit later on, so you can kind of tell how far I am in Y version based off this. So that's the team. And now let's head into the Battle Chateau. Now, I have to warn you, because I have played pretty far in advance on Y, that I've actually gained a rank in the Battle Chateau in Y. So, instead of being a Baroness, I'm actually a Viscountess, and I will go over all of the stuff relating to the ranks and all that while I'm doing it, so I might as well actually just start. Do you battle? No. Oh, okay, you're just saying whatever. So in the Battle Chateau, you go around and you try to find trainers to fight, such as this guy, and yes, you're a Viscount. So, I'm gonna basically go over the history of, the Battle Chateau, and if my voice fluctuates from being loud, it's because I'm reading off to the side. So, I'm just gonna keep fighting these trainers as I talk about the Battle Chateau. So, the one thing I want to start out with is that the Battle Chateau's trainer ranks are inspired by the noble ranks used by many European countries, including the French nobility. So that's a pretty nice detail, especially, considering the Kalos region is based off France. So, as we saw when we hopped in there in X version for like a brief second, when you go to the Battle Chateau initially, you start out as a Baron when you're playing as the male, or a Baroness when you start as the female. And, depending on gender. And you can advance through the ranks of nobility by defeating other noble trainers. So, in the initial ranks of nobility, the player's rank is mainly determined by the number of wins that you have in the chateau. So wins against higher ranked nobles count more. Defeating higher ranked nobles means you get more points to level up your ranking. So I'm not going to say this next thing. Actually, I can just say it, because I'm probably not going to do the full Battle Chateau. So the final rank of Grand Duke, or Duchess, depending on your gender, of course, is only achieved after the players defeated all regular noble trainers at least once. And this includes the gym leaders, the Elite Four, and the champion. So I mentioned before that you can fight gym leaders, Elite Four, and champion here in the Battle Chateau. I briefly mentioned it. I think it was in passing, actually. But as you advance your rank, the number of trainers that appear in the Chateau at the same time will grow steadily. Any trainer that is of the same or lesser rank than the player may appear in the Battle Chateau. So for example, since my player character here, Serena, is a Viscountess in Y, that means I can fight Viscounts and Viscountesses, but I can also fight Barons and Baronesses if I didn't already fight them, which I think I actually faced all 6 of them, and it has a chart here of how much is of which type. So the player rank, Baron, Baroness, there are 6 trainers to fight in the Chateau. There's no rank requirement to unlock the next thing, and you get 1 point for defeating a Baron or Baroness. Now, at the current rank I am, Viscount/Viscountess, there are 7 trainers to fight here in the Chateau, and you need to at least get 5 points from Baron and Baroness to unlock this. For defeating each trainer in Viscount/Viscountess, you get 2 points. So then the next step is Earl or Countess. It's kind of weird how it goes away from the male one being Count, and but there are 8 Earls/Countesses in the Chateau. You need to get 30 points in order to access that rank, and for defeating trainers in that rank, you get 3 points. I wasn't paying attention if this guy is part of the Viscount ranking, but anyway, the next rank is Marquis and Marchioness. Oh god, I probably said that so weird, but there are 9 of those trainers in the Chateau, and to reach that rank, you need to get 98 points. And for defeating a trainer of this rank, there are actually 2 different distinctions, because this is where gym leaders can start appearing. So for regular trainers, you will get 4 points for defeating them, and if you defeat a gym leader of this rank, you get 5 points, so a lot better if you face the gym leaders. And after that is the Duke and Duchess rank. There are 10 of those trainers in the rank, and to reach that rank, you are required to have 295 points. You don't get any points for defeating those trainers, so you just gotta basically defeat every other trainer if you haven't already from the previous ranks. Then, of course, the Grand Duke, Grand Duchess rank. There are 10 of those, and you defeat all noble trainers, including gym leaders, to access that rank, even though earlier it said on the article that you defeat the Elite Four and the champion. Gym leaders, Elite Four, and the champion are part of the nobility, holding ranks of Marquis or Marquis and Marchioness. I don't know how you pronounce that. I don't speak French. I'm sorry, French people, for butchering your language, or well, European countries in general. All of those trainers, the special trainers, will start to appear in the Chateau after the player has beaten them in the main storyline. So, for example, if I get to the Marquis and Marchionis rank. I can fight Viola if I want to, or the second gym leader, at least in this game, because I have faced the second gym leader already. Anyway, there's another feature about the Battle Chateau, and those are writs. Now, to access the writs, you have to talk to one of the people in the front of the chateau. So as the player rises in rank, there will be greater access to more writs that can be issued by talking to the lady at the front door. And each writ has its own effect. All writs expire at midnight on the day that they are used, so don't use it at 11:59 p.m. Your time. Several of the writs can be used at the same time. The silver, gold, and black writs all stack together, for example. Okay, so I'm gonna read what the writs are and when you can actually access them depending on your rank. So the writ of invitation means that a new trainer appears twice as often, once every 3 minutes. It costs 50,000 Pokédollars in order to do it, and it's available at the base ranking of Baron Baroness. So then there's the silver writ of invitation. Oh, I just heard a bell. I think, yes, okay, it's gonna make the announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, please turn your attention to the entrance and welcome the new Baron, Orvalt. We hope that you will welcome him in the... Oh, so I didn't face all of them. Okay, well, never mind. I thought I faced all of the Barons, but I guess not. Alright, let's go ahead and face you then. So the silver writ of invitation. A new trainer appears 6 times as often, once every minute. That costs 100,000 Pokédollars, and it's available at the Marquis and Marchion. I hate that I have to keep saying that over and over again, but it appears at that ranking. Then the gold writ of invitation means that your battle winnings will increase by 50%, also 100,000 Pokédollars, starting at the Earl and Countess ranking. The current rank that I'm on, Viscount and Viscountess, we can issue the writ of challenge, which will increase the levels of Pokémon, as well as consequently increasing the battle winnings increasing levels of Pokemon by 5 and then consequently increasing battle winnings. That costs 50,000 Pokédollars. Then there's the blue writ of challenge, which decreases the levels of Pokemon by 10, and it consequently decreases your battle winnings. That is the cheapest costing writ, go figure, because that only costs 10,000 Pokédollars. You can access that at the Duke and Duchess rank. Then there's the red writ of challenge, which will do the opposite, and it will increase Pokemon levels by 10, and also increase your battle winnings. So that costs 100,000 Pokédollars, again available at the Duke and Duchess rank. And the final writ of challenge is the black writ of challenge, which will increase Pokemon levels by 20, and of course increasing battle winnings. Also, why are you yelling at me about target acquired and commencing attack? Anyway, that writ costs 300,000 Pokédollars, so those are all of the writs of challenge. And then there are items that you can get from certain trainers. Occasionally, after defeating a Baron or Baroness, you can receive a Pearl. I think that's if you talk to them again, which I haven't been doing, but now I might actually go ahead and do. After defeating Viscount or Viscountesses, they might give you Stardust, which is very good. Sells for a high price. You can get Big Pearls occasionally after defeating an Earl or Countess. After defeating a Marquis or Marchioness, excluding gym leaders, you can get a Star Piece, so you can also sell that for pretty high money. You can, after defeating gym leaders in rematches, you can get Pearl Strings. After occasionally defeating it okay. Dang it, why? This is so weird. It's listing several things with the gym leaders, and then after defeating gym leaders in their initial battle, you can occasionally receive a nugget, or defeating a Duke or Duchess, excluding obviously the Elite Four members, and apparently one random Duke named Hennessy. Okay. And then a big nugget you can occasionally receive after defeating an Elite Four member, or Duke Hennessy, who doesn't give you a regular nugget. And then after defeating the champion, you can occasionally receive a Comet Shard. Now, it lists who the champion is on the article I'm reading, and I have to force myself not to actually read it. It's so hard because we're so far away from seeing the champion. Anyway, I should finally probably switch out, right? This episode has kind of been all over the place with, with how this has been handled, but on the article I'm using, I might link to it in the description, so just keep it in mind if you haven't played X and Y. It will have spoilers on who the champion is, so just be aware of that. But it also lists what trainers and what Pokemon they have, not like extensive movesets, like if you were to go to a gym leader page, it won't show you their movesets or anything. It'll just show you the basicness of what Pokemon they have, what level, if they have an item or not, and all of the trainers in general. So, the way the system works... Why is she still yelling at me? I don't know why. Anyway, the way the system works with the trainers is that they periodically replace one of the other trainers in the chateau. So this will happen when you enter the chateau or you move to a different room. And as long as at least 6 minutes have passed since a trainer was last replaced. So I don't think I had anybody replace anybody yet. If multiples of 6 minutes pass, multiple new trainers will appear, and if the player is changing rooms when a new trainer appears, the new trainer will be announced, so just like we saw earlier with the Baron. If multiple trainers have appeared though, only the most recent person will be announced. Okay, never mind. When the writ of invitation is active, only 3 minutes must pass before a new trainer can appear, and, oh, this was mentioned earlier, and the silver writ, it's only 1 minute. And then it lists several trainers. I'm trying to go down through this article to see if there's anything else. It's just listing all the trainers. I can actually scroll a lot better here. Let me do that real quick. Anything? No, oh wait, we have some trivia. I can go over some trivia, even though you could see it if you just went to the page itself. Oh, wait, I haven't faced you yet, I forgot. Alright, well, let me face you. So, a really interesting thing, which is a little bit weird, the Japanese names of the normal trainers in the Battle Chateau are derived from various alcoholic beverages and mineral water brands. This is possibly a reference to how the term chateau can be used to... Okay, let me take a breath. It can possibly be a reference to how the term chateau can be used to refer to wine-producing estates. There we go. Alright, Bidoof, if I can just use Water Pulse. One of the Baroness's Pokemon actually has a different cry from the species that it is, although it has a cry of its evolution instead. Baroness Francine's Flabebe has an altered cry, it says. It uses the cry of its evolution, Floette. We haven't seen a Floette yet, but spoiler alert. Without any writs active, the prize money each trainer gives out is based on the trainer class they appear to be, and is not affected by their Battle Chateau rank. Oh, that's pretty unique. Something pretty interesting is that with the Black Writ of Challenge enabled, the Grand Duchess... Yeah, I think ladies and gentlemen... Wait, I did read that wrong. Baroness Estelle. Oh, where's Baroness Estelle? Are you Baroness Estelle? No. With the Black Writ of Challenge enabled, the... Oh, that's a spoiler. I'm not going to read that. I need to stop myself from spoiling things. The team of every non-special trainer in the Battle Chateau consists of Pokemon with identical EV yields. I don't know how that's important to this. Oh, an interesting thing, being that I'm playing my copy where I'm playing as the female. Oh, there you are. If the player is female, so if you are playing as the female, no Grand Dukes will appear in the game at all. Or at least the Chateau, rather. And then it says the Battle Chateau bears a remarkable resemblance to Chateau de... Oh god, that's in really French, I'm not gonna be able... It's based on a chateau in Lior Valley, I think that's what it says. Anyway, so that is basically it for all the Battle Chateau trivia. Again, I apologize if this episode's kind of like all over the place. So yeah, that's basically the Battle Chateau. I think I have enough points to get to the next rank, but right now I'm losing to a Hoppip. How is this possible? Let's go ahead and switch War Turtle out because, yeah, I kind of need to. I would lose to the Hoppip if I didn't. Alright, let's go ahead. Since it is 4 times super effective, we could have used a different ice move, but let's go ahead and use Aurora Beam. There we go. So, obviously, you can tell Mora here is an ice type. It's also part rock type. We'll get to that in probably like an episode or two. Anyway, we defeated the Baroness. Hooray. Let me actually test this out if you give me something after talking to you again. Okay, alright. She just keeps yelling at me. I don't understand. Why do you have to yell at me? I assume another trainer is going to appear in that room eventually. Do you give me things? I assume... I don't know, it's weird. You'd think... Come on. Nobody's gonna give an item? No. I assume they give you the item when you initially defeat them, so I've just gotten... Yeah, they probably give you the item after initially defeating them, and to be honest, I did the first ranking, you know, and I received no items from anybody, and I've received no items from anybody here, so it says it's an occasional occurrence on this article here for the Battle Chateau, but I've not had it happen to me, so I might be holding my tongue on that one, I don't know. Anyway, if I talk to you... no, you only talk about nobility. I think if I were to leave, it would tell me my new rank. Send a writ. Oh, I do have enough money. Oh, writ of invitation or writ of challenge. Actually, I don't want to use one. I don't even have enough money anyway. Let's see. Let me just go ahead and... Will you not? You're not gonna stop me? I guess I didn't have enough points. Okay. What if I go back in? Do you say anything if I walk in? No? Okay. Well, I don't want to keep sitting around waiting for new challengers, so I think that is going to do it for this episode of Pokemon X and Y. I think this episode is also going up on a Wednesday, so my intro actually made some sense when I said Pokemon Y only happens on Wednesdays. Next time, we will hop back into Pokemon X because we still have a ways to go to catch up to where I actually am in Y in X version. So maybe when we get to that point in X, we'll have a visit with Serena and the team once more. But until then, thank you for watching, and I will catch you later.